The moment the police dog broke free from his handler, the entire airport terminal seemed to hold its breath. Luggage wheels screeched to a stop, conversations died mid-sentence, and dozens of heads turned as the powerful K9 sprinted across the polished floor with laser focus in his eyes. Within seconds, chaos erupted, not because of fear alone, but because the dog leaped straight into a baby's stroller. A mother screamed, officers shouted, travelers froze. No one knew whether to run or step back. But what happened next would leave every single person there forever changed. Before this story goes any further, if you believe in kindness, second chances, and the quiet miracles that happen when hearts collide in unexpected ways, take a moment to like this video, share it with someone you love, leave a comment, and subscribe to the channel. Your support helps bring stories like this to life. The airport that morning was like any other, crowded, noisy, alive with motion. Families rushed toward gates, business travelers clutched coffee cups and phones, and announcements echoed endlessly overhead. Among them was a young woman named Elena, exhausted but determined, pushing her baby's stroller toward security. Her infant son slept peacefully, unaware of the world's noise, his tiny chest rising and falling beneath a soft blanket. Elena hadn't slept much in weeks. Life had not been gentle with her lately, and this trip wasn't for vacation. It was for survival. Elena had lost her husband months earlier to a sudden illness that left no time for goodbyes. Grief hollowed her days, but bills didn't stop. Responsibilities didn't pause, and the weight of being alone pressed on her chest every morning. This flight was her attempt at a fresh start, traveling to stay with her sister, hoping to rebuild a sense of safety for her child. She was nervous, overwhelmed, and already on edge when she reached the security area. Nearby, Officer Daniel Reyes stood with his K9 partner, Max. Max wasn't just a trained police dog. He was a veteran of countless operations, known for his discipline and near-perfect obedience. Daniel trusted Max with his life. For years, the dog had detected explosives, drugs, and dangerous threats without fail. But that morning, something was different. Max was restless. His ears twitched, his body stiffened, and his breathing changed as they approached the crowd. Daniel noticed immediately. He tightened his grip on the leash, scanning faces, watching hands, alert for danger. Max's training told him to remain focused, but there was an urgency in the dog's movements that Daniel couldn't ignore. Then, without warning, Max lunged. The leash slipped. Daniel shouted. Travelers screamed. Max sprinted through the security line with unstoppable force, straight toward Elena's stroller. In a single leap, the dog planted his front paws inside, hovering protectively over the sleeping baby. Time fractured. Elena's scream cut through the terminal as officers rushed forward, hands hovering over weapons, minds racing through worst-case scenarios. Daniel ran, heart pounding, shouting commands, but Max didn't growl. He didn't bark. He didn't bare his teeth. Instead, he froze, alert, intense, focused on something beneath the blanket. That was when everyone realized something was terribly wrong, and yet strangely controlled. Security officers quickly formed a perimeter, ushering people back. Elena collapsed to her knees, sobbing uncontrollably, begging someone to take her baby. Daniel reached the stroller cautiously, reading Max's posture with years of experience. This wasn't aggression, this was detection. Max wasn't attacking, he was warning. Slowly, with trembling hands, Daniel lifted the edge of the blanket. What he found silenced the terminal. Tucked beneath the baby's cushion was a small, carefully concealed device, an object no parent should ever unknowingly carry. It wasn't a bomb, but it was dangerous enough to cause serious harm. A smuggling container rigged with a chemical compound designed to evade standard scanners, leaking ever so slightly. Max's advanced training had caught what machines had missed. Elena stared in disbelief, her face drained of color. She shook her head. whispering through tears that she had no idea, that she would never harm her child. Officers believed her instantly. Her shock was too raw, too genuine. Investigators quickly pieced together the truth. Someone had tampered with the stroller earlier, likely targeting Elena as an unknowing mule. A grieving, exhausted mother had been chosen because no one suspects someone already broken. As officers escorted Elena away for questioning, not as a criminal, but as a victim, Max stayed close, refusing to leave the stroller until the baby was safely lifted into Daniel's arms. That moment alone broke hardened officers. A dog trained to find danger had also become a guardian. The airport slowly returned to motion, but something invisible had shifted. Travelers whispered, some wiped away tears, others stared at Max with newfound respect. Elena, shaking but safe, hugged her child tighter than she ever had before. For the first time in months, she felt protected. Investigations later confirmed that a trafficking ring had been operating in multiple airports, exploiting vulnerable travelers. Max's instincts didn't just save one baby, they stopped a larger threat, and Elena's cooperation helped authorities dismantle the operation entirely. Days later, Elena returned to the airport, not as a frightened mother, but as someone standing in gratitude. She met Daniel and Max again, tears streaming as she knelt beside the dog who had changed her life. She thanked them for seeing what no one else could, for acting without hesitation, and for saving her son's future. Life didn't magically become easy after that day. Grief didn't disappear. Struggles didn't vanish. But something inside Elena shifted. She no longer felt invisible. She no longer felt alone in the world. A stranger, a dog, had protected her child when she couldn't even protect herself. And for Daniel, Max was no longer just his partner. He was a reminder that intuition, compassion, and courage sometimes come wrapped in fur and silence. If this story touched your heart even a little, if it reminded you that goodness still exists in unexpected places, please like this video, share it with others, and subscribe to the channel. Your support helps spread stories that matter. Before this story ends, we have a special request for you. Please comment below with one word that describes how this story made you feel. Your words mean more than you know. In a world full of noise, fear, and distraction, sometimes it takes one brave act to remind us that hope is still alive. That day at the airport, chaos gave way to compassion, and a single leap saved a life.